So hi, we're here with the factory owner and I have a few questions. How old is the factory?
It's 10-year-old now.
And when did you decide to become a GOTS factory?
From 2012.
And why?
Why? It's very interesting question. See, basically I come from a joint family. My great-grandfather, we were living, 14 families we were living together. And I got inspired by my grandfather. The way he took the 14 family together, and he had only one option, that everybody is happy, then I'm happy. So this was there in my blood. And when I started my business, I wanted to do something ethical, and at the same time it gives back to society. So when I was thinking about this, I came across fair trade, GOTS. I felt this is the best thing to do. For me, it's not a marketing tool. It's a self-satisfaction. When I get, I give back.
So in this sampling unit, we have the highest skilled workers. They are figuring out how to actually make the garments. Drawings arrive here or patterns arrive here, and it is up to their skill and insight and understanding of the technical complexity to figure out how to make these garments. The space we just entered is, of course, our pattern maker's dream. They have a CAD system here and a pattern master who is translating all the patterns, and they have the plotter is standing right here, the digitizing board is standing here, and on the computer he's making all required changes. His job is vital. If he makes any mistakes, they end up with thousands of wrong garments. So it is super vital. This is why he is absolutely secluded in a corner of the factory in a nice bright space where it's very quiet. So there's no distraction happening. What is happening is here, it's a fusing machine, and so what it does is it reinforces the fabric. It goes in on one side, the ladies are putting the different pieces on there, and then they roll back out on the other side with a reinforcement on it. Now this is something that in GOTS materials is very complicated, but nowadays things are moving and things are changing, and they are coming up with fusings that are actually sustainable. So the factory actually has a full production line, which are these lines that you see in the long depth. Then if they have a small series, which sometimes happens for us, they have highly specialized workers where they don't pick the garment apart in 20 different steps, but they will reduce it as much as possible. So they then will only have 3 or 4 workers working on one garment, on one series. That means that when they're working, they're doing a lot more different actions. You can see that there's much more action happening, there's a lot more movement happening, because they need to do particular steps in order to reach a higher completion of the garment before they give it to the next person. We moved down one floor, we're getting closer and closer to the exit, and actually every garment that they finished upstairs, which is fully done, will move down here where there are several workers doing several parts. First of all, they're fully checking the garment. Everything is good, then she'll start wrapping it. The workers over there are fully ironing it, so for the final finish, to make your garment look pristine when it arrives in the shop. Then they're finally closing the garment and so, can I ask you, all the garments that leave the factory leave in bags, but are they all plastic bags?
Yeah, they're all plastic bags, but right now we have started with sustainable poly bags. For some customers, we are going with sustainable biodegradable poly bags. I can show you some pieces, and more customers want to go into that direction.
Yeah, and if I understood correctly, they have a lifespan of about
3 months.
3 months in Indian weather.
Yes, in India.
Which means in Europe they'll last for a year. Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
We've been looking for them for a long time. We're
Now
very
we have
happy.
them, yes.
Great.
You can
Thank
keep them.
Thank you.